So, good morning, upper intermediate and advanced students and everybody else who decides, anybody who decides to watch this video. I just can't stop smiling when I look at all the stuff I wrote on the whiteboard last week in relation to the lesson we did. So on the upper intermediate and advanced lesson last week, we did a couple of things, and I'm just going to talk about one because otherwise this video is going to be very long indeed. So the one thing I wanted to talk to you about was the grammar of the story that I wrote, with loads of grammar problems, lots of spelling problems, homophones, everything just thrown in there. And I've just got a picture of the whiteboard here, which I will put at the end of the video along with the story that I wrote. And the story will have the table at the bottom for you guys, whoever watches this video, for you to have a go at as well. I don't know where to start really. I've got a whiteboard here with tons of words. I'm just going to pick just a few. I'm just going to pick a few of the interesting things that came up. We went through the difference between the words advise and advice. We've done this before. There's a Facebook video on this as well already. When you advise somebody to do something, advise with an S, that's the verb. So advise is the verb. But if you give someone advice, that's the noun. And the difference here is just in the pronunciation here. Advise has got a Z sound and advice has got a S sound. So you need to know a little bit of phonetics there, but not a lot. Okay. The difference between warm and worm. Warm is the adjective when you're feeling all nice and warm, and worm is the thing in the ground. Now, the reason this came up was also because we have issues between these two words as well. Wander and wonder. I wonder if my friend will come around and see me tonight. That's this one with an O. The sound is an sound. And if you just wander around the streets doing nothing, you wander. It's an O sound here. O. Difference between O, wander with an A, and wander with an O. Very confusing indeed. There was a beautiful homophone that came up, the word illicit. So the word illicit with an I think I didn't quite explain the correct meaning of this on the lesson. It actually means, I'm looking it up in the dictionary now. By the way, I love this dictionary. I was bought a long time ago by a very lovely student of mine. The Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. Wonderful dictionary. I highly recommend it. It's not a pocket dictionary. It's heavy. The word illicit means illegal. Okay? It's exactly the same as the word illegal, but not allowed by law, illegal. But from my perspective, there's something sort of really seedy and dirty about this particular word, because otherwise you just use the word illegal. But this is sort of there's something else about it. In fact, one of the students used a lovely word to describe the word illegal. He used the word lewd. Uh-oh, have I spelt it wrong? No, I think that's right. Oh gosh. Well, let's not go into that. I'm not going to use my dictionary again. Maybe I'll cut the video. I don't know. No, I won't. So yeah, lewd, something, yeah, not right there. Anyway, the homophone that this was related to was this one, which is illicit, which is what I tried to do. I tried to elicit vocabulary and expressions from you guys during the lesson, to draw them out of you. Some classic spelling problems we went through. Weather and weather. I mean, this is just an absolute classic problem. This is the weather in England, which is sunny with some clouds, and I don't know whether or not you guys will come to the lesson today, but I hope you will. Look at the difference in spelling. It's a homophone, so the pronunciation is the same. We did some strange ones that you wouldn't necessarily find on a standard lesson. Here's one: when you knead something. This is when you can only knead, as far as I'm aware, you can only knead dough. This means when you squeeze the dough in your hands, and dough is a word that I'll talk about in another lesson. Basically, dough is the stuff you use to make bread. Flour, water, salt, butter, a bit of sugar. You put it all together, you knead it with your hands, and then you put it in the oven and it makes delicious bread. And of course this is a homophone of the word need, because I need to do this with you today. Another interesting one that came up, not a homophone but a very interesting one: lose and loose. Apologies for my appalling handwriting. Once again, this is if you lose something, so this has got an oo sound with a z, and this is loose. So this is probably, it might also have a little oo there, but the key is it's a s sound. These are if your trousers are a bit loose because you need a belt. Here's a classic problem that's never come up on a lesson before. Somebody spelled answer like this. I prefer that spelling. Unfortunately it's wrong, because answer, oh my goodness, answer is spelt with a W, but you do not pronounce the W at all. Oh yes, a beautiful one. The difference between quiet, please be quiet, and the word quite. Not homophones, there is a difference in pronunciation. Please be quite quiet. Listen to the difference in sounds there. Okay, another strange one. This word here is the word you, and it's just a sheep. Okay, I just threw that into the exercise for fun. Okay, quick board change. Look at these. This is an isle, short for island I think. We have a few isles around the UK, the Isle of Wight, blah 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 blah. This is the heel of your foot, and this is a wheel. Now the reason I'm talking to you about these particular words is all related to the word will. English people do not use the word will. We always contract it. Apart from if we ask a question like, will you come out with me, or will you go out with me? We tend to use it at the beginning of a sentence. But apart from that, we would say I'll. This is like my own homophone. I'll. Heel. Wheel. These are pronounced exactly the same as these words, okay? And of course the other ones, I'll, we have you'll, he'll, she'll, it'll, we'll, and they'll. Oh, not another call.